Hello and welcome to Living Legacies of the Ozarks. We're at College of the Ozarks. My name is Hayden Head.
And my name is Sue Head, and we're so excited to visit with a friend of ours today, Tom Healy. Tom serves as the general manager of the Keeter Center here at College of the Ozarks, and he's been here over 20 years, I believe.
Yes, 21.
Wow.
So Tom, we wanted our viewers to understand a little bit more about what you do. And one of the things that I know that you do is you oversee the Keeter Center and the mill and the museum and the fruitcake and jelly kitchen and the stained glass studio, all craftsmanship that the Ozarks are known for. Can you share a little bit about how you started at the Keeter Center and how it spread to these other?
Sure. I've been here 21 years. Just opened the Keeter Center in 2004 and has grown ever since then. We welcome about 350,000 guests a year come onto campus, which is unique for a college campus, I'm finding out. Mm-hmm. But it's great because in the Ozarks, there's this natural hospitality that comes out. And certainly on a Christian campus, you know, God's call is to love and honor. And that goes beautifully with hospitality. So just painting that picture for the students, what it's like to serve our guests with that type of view, really is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, very good. So tell us a little bit about the other things that you oversee on campus that our visitors enjoy when they come here to visit.
Sure. Edwards Mill is a working grist mill that was placed here back in the early 70s, if I got the timing right on that, as a service to the community. People would bring their local harvest in, and the college would process that. And it would be an income for the college.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. So the mill was brought here not as like a tourist attraction, but really to help
the community.
The community. That is
and
fascinating.
Provide an income for the college.
Well, of course. Sure.
So there's Edwards Mill. We have the stained glass and candle shop, where just talented students led by Amy Leeming just create beautiful artwork, really. And produce about 25,000 candles a year that are sold to the many visitors that come. And then we have the Ralph Foster Museum, which has a long history here at the college and really holds a treasure chest of Ozark history right inside that building.
Yes.
About 60,000 square foot facility and has tens of thousands of artifacts related to Native American to Ozark history.
Mm-hmm. What about fruitcakes?
Well, yeah, there's the fruitcake kitchen. That's been just a really fun project over the years to see grow. It started out, they would make about, 6,000 or 7,000 fruitcakes a year, and maybe about 10,000, 15,000 jars of jelly. But today we produce nearly 150,000 student-made products coming out of that kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
How many fruitcakes?
The fruitcake business is leveled off. It's about 15,000 cakes, but the preserves.
Oh, so good.
We produce over 100,000 different products and preserves.
Wow.
And then we have the nuts and granola and that type of thing. So, and you can go online and you can purchase that all from your home and have it shipped directly from the college to your home.
So good.
And I think one thing, Tom, that we might just want to mention too is that the reason this is so important, these student-made industries and generating this income, is because students don't pay tuition.
Correct.
They work here.
The work program and student industries helps offset that cost.
Right.
So we understand, because our daughter worked there for a while while she was a student here, that there is really extensive training of students who are assigned the Keeter Center as their workstation. So what are the different kind of jobs that they have, and tell us about the ongoing training that students receive?
Sure. Well, there's about 380 students that work inside the Keeter Center, and then there's about another 100 that work on campus at the different retail locations. So in all, about 480 students.
Wow.
Across all areas of hotel and restaurant operations and retail. I think probably the thing that we do is try to connect with the students to really help them understand what it's all about. Is College of the Ozarks has been around 117 years, And it's about long-term relationships, not one-time transactions, which you find in today's culture just very transactional. So our students generally want to build a relationship with our guests because that's what we're built on here. So really carrying that Ozark hospitality, they're really living it out because that was kind of what the culture was built on. My understanding, it was such a hard area to work and live in. You had to count on your neighbors. So hospitality and kindness was just part of being able to survive in this area. So seeing that transition to these students, it's part of how they're bettering the college, providing that Ozark hospitality to all of our guests.
Love that.
Well, I'm sure the hope and hospitality that you introduce to the students and to your student workers has resulted in some pretty dramatic stories. Does anything come to mind with students that you've worked with and transformations that you may have seen in their lives?
Oh gosh, there's a number, and it's always fun to see them come back with they're married and with kids. But probably the neatest thing that is generally across all the students is, they're coming to us 18 years old. None of them have ever worked in anything the level of service that we're offering. So there's this intimidation factor that's there, but seeing that, and they're sometimes a little recluse, they're a little closed in, but after you put them in to our environment and that welcoming environment that they are extending out to the guest and all the guests are asking questions, they really open up and become a new person. So about 4 to 6 weeks into the semester, you see this new person come alive. And I'm thinking of, there was recently Victoria. She came to us, she was very nervous about her new position. I don't think she ate all day. And she is a new person today. If you looked at Victoria, she has blossomed. She's confident in herself, just that inner self confidence that comes when you have to speak about your college and know your position and to the public, and not just once, but 50 times a day. They build that confidence. So she is very impressive. Others, there was Ulix. You might know Ulix. He just really adopted everything that we were training on, and today he's a very successful manager with Amazon, and does quite well. So I love hearing those stories.
Love that.
Yeah. We have a couple that's special to us, Gertie and Macy, and I think they both worked at Keeter, didn't they? Is that where they met?
I think so.
There's quite a few marriages that happen in the restaurant there.
Yeah.
They work very close together and get to know each other.
Tom, I know that part of the philosophy in the service is empowering the students to be keenly attuned to the guests that are in the dining room, that are in the facility. I remember one time I was having a business lunch and I had a cough I couldn't get rid of that was so pesky. And a student came over to me and said, "May I get you some warm tea?" I was like, "Yes, thank you." It's like they anticipated what I need that I wasn't even thinking about at the moment. And I'll never forget that. So how do you teach that to the students who work at Keeter?
We give examples just like that. We call it the antenna up and radar on. Just they're always looking for opportunities to wow a guest or anticipate that need for a customer. And yes, they're empowered to do what they need to. And we've removed all barriers for a student. They don't have to go get permission to take any action. If they come up with that idea, they can go with it, and management will support them to do it. And that it kind of catches on other students like, "Oh, I want to do that," because they see the reactions from the guest.
Right. So I know that we have visitors from all over the world, including our featured guests who come, our speakers in our speaker series. Do you have any stories from people who have come in, they're expecting one thing, and then, I've seen it myself in bringing our speakers into the foyer, that they just are awestruck by what they're seeing. Do you have any stories about people who came to the college? I know that we have a lot who become donors to the college because they're so struck by the level of service and in the beautiful environment.
It happens every day. And that is actually the fuel for our students. they get that personal interaction of that jaw-dropping engagement that they had no idea what College of the Ozarks, Hard Work U was all about. And then they come here and experience just pleasant, very kind, warm, genuine service. And those students get to experience that interaction where they are just in awe of what goes on at College of the Ozarks, had no idea this existed. And that is the fuel for our students. They get that every day, all the time, and they're really just encouraged by that. And we do special things to recognize students that stand out with comment cards, or if they get a review online. But we love those interactions with the guests. But every guest, been here a long time, I think they all come here for first time and just are in awe of what goes on at College of the Ozarks.
What a fun story to tell.
Well, the students here are so special. They really are. They're just kind young people. But you contribute so much in your work to their character as well. A lot of times people don't know. They don't know to have their antenna up. They just haven't. I get that. They haven't been trained to listen for the pesky cough. And I think that is a wonderful thing
It is.
To give students, for the Victorias of the world who suddenly find themselves with a voice.
Yes, it is. It's kind of this hidden gift, I guess. They don't recognize it at 18 or 19, but maybe when they get to be that senior, they're really thankful for what they learn. And certainly when they go to graduate, those experiences that they've been able to have with the guests.
Those soft skills they learn in their training at Keeter Center are invaluable to them.
I think most young people, perhaps all young people, are trying to find themselves when they go to college. And they try to do that in many self-destructive ways in many places. It's so refreshing to find out about young people finding themselves in the best possible way.
Certainly,
in a constructive way.
And hospitality.
In hospitality.
There's no other time to think. You got to act, right? It's a very fast-paced business, so it keeps you on your toes, and it really makes you this very agile person that is flexible and adaptable to guest needs, or you've got a lot of team members that need help. It works really well,
and it gives our guests hope. They look at the young people at the Keeter Center, they come through, and it really gives them hope about this generation and generations to come. And knowing that you, Tom, are focused on these issues of character, but also the culture of the Ozarks. When you preserve the gristmill and the fruitcakes and the stained, all the other things that fall in your area, you're keeping a lot alive.
It's fun. It's definitely worth giving your life to.
Well, anybody that knows you feel it as a calling, and it's more than just a job. And that translates to your guests and to your students and to the rest of us.
Thank you.
So we thank you for that.
We thank you for being here. Thanks so much for your time. I know
pleasure.
you're a busy man, so
pleasure.
Thanks for carving it out.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us here at Living Legacies of the Ozarks. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Living Legacies of the Ozarks is brought to you by Ozark Mountain Legacy, College of the Ozarks, the Herschend Family Foundation, Meyer Hotels, and Sight and Sound Theaters.